Hey guys, it's Kristen at Crafty Cat Doc, coming on today to share a journal I made for my mom. It's going to be, I guess, part of her Christmas present at this point. That's not what I intended it to be, but it's taken me a while to make it. So I just wanted to share it before I get it shipped off to her. So I had purchased this book back in the summer on vacation, and she requested that I make her a journal out of it. Just she liked the name of it for daily journaling, which I agree is really cute. So on the outside, I've put this little slip on. Really the only reason I did this was because I really like this piece of fabric that says Wilson Sewing Machine Company. My maiden name is Wilson, so I thought that was super cool, and I ran out of places to put it in the journal. Also very best, because my mom is the very best, so that's why I put this on there, just so I could incorporate those things in the journal. So she may or may not want to keep that on there, and that's fine. There is no other closure. So this was a reader. I don't remember the year. I really haven't done anything to the cover other than try to clean it up. These spots don't really come off. On the binding, it is canvas paper that I've covered with authentic feed sack. And then yeah, it's just pretty much left it as it was. So we opened it up. I also did not do anything to the inside. I really liked it. It said Monroe School there. I don't know. I went back and forth about whether to cover up the end pages and put pockets there, and the journal is stuffed. It's absolutely stuffed, and so I really didn't feel like it needed pockets there. It is 5 signatures. Each signature has anywhere from 5 to 8 pages in it. So yeah, we'll get started. So this is a belly band made out of fabric from Kathy Holden. It's her junk journal. Flea Market Mix, not junk journal, Flea Market Mix. She does have a junk journal line, but this is Flea Market Mix. I love this fabric, and this journal is just really kind of eclectic mix of everything, all colors, and so it went well with it. My mom really wants to use this for writing, and so I've tried to make it really decorative and pretty to look at, but have a lot of writing spaces. So let's slip this little card in. For writing, this is just scrapbook paper. Had this cute little, these are too tiny to be, I guess they're napkins maybe, I'm not sure what they are, but I love these little ducks on them. I bought a set of them at an antique store, so I made a pocket there with that. Inside I've just tucked some an old receipt paper and some ledger paper that's folded up there. Here is a 45 record sleeve. Inside that I have put a glassine bag that I made. I'm not going to pull it out because it's hard to get out. And then just some scrap papers in there. So some piece of that same ledger paper. I love the numbers down the side. Some pattern instruction and some digital scraps that I had left. So she can use those or do whatever with them. This is a piece of, again, vintage ledger paper. I did try to put some nods in here that are kind of specific to my mom. So her grandmother's maiden name was Richardson, so I thought that was really cool that it said that on there. This is a piece from an antique atlas. And so here I have attached a piece of coffee dyed paper. So it folds out, so lots of writing space there. This is embossed paper, and there's a little pocket there with some purple trim there. Again, I filled a lot of the pockets, but it was getting way too big, so I did not fill them all. Just some lined paper. This is a printable, maybe Ruby and Pearl. I used a lot of her printables, but it may not be hers. I also use Sample a lot, so it could be either one of those. I've just used a big piece of lace there as a pocket. I've stuck this little ukulele string envelope in. It's a cute little spot to hide stuff. And then a letter from 1901. I thought that was super cool. My mom has recently gotten into doing collage, and so a lot of these papers she can use for collage if she doesn't want to use them in the journal. Here I've made a tuck spot, a belly band, and then this is a pocket as well here. There's nothing in there. There's also a pocket in the back. I've just tucked a piece of stationery in there. Again, this is a printable, the back side of that printable. This is the other side of that lined paper. I just embossed the edge, kind of crooked, but that's okay. The other side of that atlas. On here, I've used a lot of pictures out of the original book. So I didn't put any pages from the original book in there, but I did use the pages to make pockets. My mom has a dog that she loves, so I love this. This is not what her dog looks like, but you gotta use what you have. This is an old IBM computer card, and it's just some embossed paper. Some more ledger. This is another piece of Kathy Holden's fabric that I've cut there. A little pocket here. This is the other side of that record sleeve, and I have made a tag to go in there. Again, just back with that cool ledger. And I have extended that, so I opened up this side of the record sleeve and extended that pocket, because otherwise it was going to be pretty useless. We are from Dyersburg, Tennessee. This is an old Ford receipt from 1953. I picked this up at an antique shop there in town. This is another picture from the book. I have a little girl and a little boy that are both blonde haired, so that's perfect for them. And then here I have just put in this this is very interesting. It's from 1958. It's a catering receipt from a hotel club, and she got 12 pounds of roast for $7.80. It's insane. So all this food is only $14.51. I thought that was crazy. So anyway, that's tucked in there. Interesting little piece of history. Here we have this vintage envelope that just folds out. It's from 1954. Inside this envelope, I have tucked this old advertisement card. My mom loves coffee and loves coffee, vintage coffee jars, cans, whatever. So this was a cool piece of ephemera for her to have. And then this is another scene from a Kathy Holden. I think this is from her outdoor fabric line, but this reminds me of my dad so much. This is a picture of my dad in a boat on Reelfoot Lake in West Tennessee, and this picture this piece from this fabric reminds me so much of this picture. So this is just a copy of that I stuck in there, but this is probably my favorite page in the whole book because it reminds me of my dad. This is some vintage wallpaper from the 20s. It's very fragile, so it is backed with some paper, but I've just put some lined paper in there for her to journal on. This is a double pocket. This is piano roll paper with some embossed paper on it. Again, just another piece of an old address book she could journal on if she wanted to. On the inside of this one, we've got another picture from the original book. This is a pocket. This is also from Kathy Holden fabric that's been cut out. I don't remember. I think that's the outdoor line as well because it has a lot of camping stuff. But again, coffee perfect for her. This flips open. We've got a digital here, and I've just put a couple of pieces of paper there that are attached with some vintage sheet and lace there. An old French book maybe. Just a piece of typewriter paper with, this is part of a vintage quilt square that I had. I just tore two rows off and attached to the side there. Just a piece from a floral book. This is a pocket from a photo, when you got your pictures developed from 1967. Half of it was tore off, but I just attached it here. This is a pocket. This is an old piece from a stamp album, and so that flips out. She could stick something in the pocket. She could journal and all of that, and she's got the back here. This is a piece of paper that's just paper clipped on, and then the embossed paper is attached, and I have just attached this little piece of fabric with a safety pin there. Underneath is a digital. Don't remember who that one's from. Sorry. And then I also just attached a piece of this. This is some vintage, it's called an agenda book. It's this blue ledger paper with beautiful writing. It almost looks like somebody copied down every interaction they had with like an insurance agent, or an agent book. That's what it's called, not an agenda book. It's interesting, but the writing's beautiful. The paper I love. My mom's dad was a pilot, so I put this page in for him. On the back of that blue digital, I have just put pattern paper just to give it some interest. On this one, I made a pocket out of these. These are gummed labels from a dairy. It looks like it says human milking machines. It does not. It says Hinman or Heinemann. It's a really unfortunate name to have in front of that, but I love these. I got them on Whatnot, I think. And then just this really cute image here. It's an advertisement card as well. For furnaces and ranges. I just thought that was a cute image. Here on the other side of that album page, I've just stapled together some scrap paper. Again, she can use that in her collage or do whatever with it. The other side of that flower page, just the other side of the typewriter page. The other side of that French paper. Again, another coffee advertisement. There was a flower on the other side. I really like this image, even though it's still got the glue from where it was glued down in an album at some point. It's just a really cool piece. I have embossed this paper behind it with like a tufted pattern. You can't tell probably on camera, but it feels, you can kind of see it a little bit. Inside this really old flashcard. The other side of that scrapbook paper. This is Kathy Holden fabric. Again, this is the outdoor line, so very similar to the flea market mix. It's just a collage, but this one is more outdoorsy stuff. This is just a poem. It's a really nice poem. I read some of it, but I just like the handwriting. This is the third signature, I believe. So, oh, I just tore that. I'm going to have to glue that back. Just an old stationery envelope, 3-pocket thing. I thought it flipped out. It does not. Another advertisement piece in there. Don't care so much for that side, but I love the advertisement. This is some Tim Holtz backdrops paper, some embossed avocado dyed paper, and just from a children's book. And the other side of the scrapbook paper, another French, I guess, paper with a pocket there, some ledger to write on. This is, I found some old Holiday Inn, like, you know, the free magazines they have when you check in. I found some somewhere. I don't even know where. But inside of a couple of them, they had this old letterhead, and there aren't very many pieces, and I'm hoarding them, but since it's for my mom, I put one in here. I've got to quit hoarding things, but I think these are super cool. This is West Virginia. Some more lined paper. This is paper clipped on, so a piece of avocado dyed paper that's clipped on. There's a pocket here. And this little thing. Here's a cool little calendar from 1882. It's super cool. And then I've just tucked some little writing paper in there. And this avocado dyed paper is not attached. It just comes off. I've done some texture paste here. This is a little pocket. And then this is a pocket as well. This is a piece of vintage ledger paper that there's a pocket here. And I have extended this and made it a pocket as well. My intention was to fill all the pockets, but again, it got way too fat, so I just stopped. This is a telephone book page from Florence, South Carolina. I don't know what year it is. That was cool. This is another picture from the original book. I actually ripped it in half without meaning to, so I just put some Tim Holtz tape on there, made it look a little older. Just some writing paper, some more writing paper, more writing. This is the other side of that Holiday Inn page. The other side of the ledger, I just put a digital for Ruby and Pearl on it. In this little pocket, I tucked some like grocery stamps. And then I have these envelopes that I live in South Carolina, and I purchased a bunch of these from a booth in an antique mall. And when I was looking through them to find which one I wanted to give her, I noticed it said 1961, and my mom was born in 1960. So I thought maybe I have one from 1960. So I was looking through, and I never did find one. But this one is from Dyersburg, Tennessee. Again, where I'm from, a tiny little town in Tennessee, right near the Mississippi River. I have no idea why this was in this store. It's very interesting. All the airmail envelopes are from the same, they are all the same, but from different cities, all addressed to the same person. So I don't know. I thought that was very much coincidence that I found that. So I stuck that in there. And then this folds out, tiny little pocket here with some avocado dyed paper with, oh, I'm not in frame, with some embossing on top. And then inside I've just tucked just some scraps and some embossed paper. And then this is a pocket that I've made a little tag for that she can journal on the back. It's got piano paper on the back. And it just slips back in there. This is the 4th signature. It has a pocket here, so some writing paper, an old train schedule. It's pretty cool. I picked that up on a trip with, I can't remember if I was with my mom or husband when I picked that up. I picked that up somewhere at an antique store. And then this is a little pocket too. I've tucked in a little fortune thing and a jukebox card. On the inside, we've just got a pocket. I've lined this back page with another page from the book that this was for, and another page of that blue ledger. Just a little vintage notebook. My mom likes the color red. I tried to put a lot of red in the journal, and then I found that card. I got a whole box of this letterhead from a place in Memphis, Tennessee, which is near where I'm from. Super excited to get that, so I'm going to be using that in a lot of projects, but I stuck one in here. This is another record sleeve, tiny little pocket there. I didn't put anything in. This is from a transfer book. I just like the colors. This is from Edith Holden book. My mom was born in November, so I stuck that in there for her. This is a railroad transfer ticket ledger that I stuck a page of that in there. This is the piece of stationery that matches the envelope that's in there earlier. This is just another piece of coffee dyed paper that I have attached to the page that she can journal on, and I put this another piece of the Kathy Holden fabric on there from the outdoor line. She's got, in her fabric line, there's a flat lay piece that has all these ephemera pieces that you can fussy cut, so that's what I did. Super cool. The back of that railroad ledger, the back of the Edith Holden page, transfer paper page. This is the other side of the record sleeve, and so I made a little tag, some embossed paper at the top, writing space here, and writing space on the back. This one's kind of hard to get back in there because it wants to catch, and of course on camera it's going to be even harder. Okay, I can't get it back in there. We're just going to leave it right there. This is the other side of that letterhead from Memphis. The other side of this one with the picture from the book. I don't really know what that's from, to be honest. This is cut from a Feed Sacks book. And then this little paper from a binder I picked up. An old piece out of an accounts book of some sort. And then another piece of coffee ephemera. Okay, this is the last signature. I did this one first, and I put this letter from 1903 here as a pocket, but then I didn't really like the writing, so I went back over and put some texture paste through a stencil and some pattern instructions, and inside there I've tucked another advertisement piece and another flashcard. So let's just stick in that pocket. The back of this paper is lined with more paper from the Feed Sacks book, and that book is from Uppercase Magazine. They have an Encyclopedia of Inspiration series, and they're beautiful books. Very inspirational to look at, to flip through and get ideas. But I actually purchased 2 of the Feed Sack ones so I could cut one up because I love the images. This is a piece of vintage ledger that I have just put attached some paper to write on. This is actually paper I dyed using Distress ink re-inker from Tim Holtz. This is a page from that Feed Sack book. It's just beautiful. This pocket's made with a piece of scrapbook paper that I embossed with that tufted embossing folder. I really like that one. This is a piece from the outdoor Edith Holden book that I fussy cut. I was actually fussy cutting this fabric when I was at my mom's house, and we talked about how cute that was, so I wanted to put that in there. So some scraps in there, vintage paper, embossed paper, some digitals, and that is on some number page. This is a nautical something coordinates book. I love it. I love the paper, but I can't really remember what it's called. This is a piece of paper from the British Concise Dictionary of Wildflowers or something like that. I've tucked a red bingo card, which I really liked, and another piece of embossed paper. This is not glued, so I've just got a paper clip there. Here's a full piece of that blue ledger. Piece of old math book paper, geometry book paper, vintage ledger. On this side I made a pocket out of a reward of merit. It does not have a year on it. I have a lot of those. I just stuck a card catalog card in there. There's the other side of that, the other side of that. This is a piece of vintage wallpaper that I have. It's from a kitchen. It's like kitchen wallpaper. There's all kinds of veggies and stuff, but I like the flower. It's very textured, so I made a little pocket out of that. Vintage ledger, and this is the back of the signature. I've used a piece of trim that I actually purchased from a little shop in West Tennessee called Little Yellow Door. I follow her on Instagram, and I purchased it from Instagram. I had this massive roll of this trim that I absolutely love, so I'm going to be using a lot of that. I took this report card from 1950-51 from Oklahoma City. And then this little prayer card. I did the 15th day because my mom's birthday is on the 15th. It's got the 14th on the back. But so that is this journal. So I'm going to get it sent out to her, and I will post this. Obviously, if you're seeing it, it's been posted. I have plans to do a craft room tour, which hopefully I'm going to get up within the next week or so. I just have to do it when my kids aren't here. So, I recently moved my craft room, so I want to kind of show it off. I'm proud of it. And my mom wants to see it. So, that's the easiest way to do it. So I'll hopefully get that up soon. But, if I don't get anything up before Christmas, I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. And I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. Thanks.